Seen pictures and videos on social media of a pickup truck on top of a Lamborghini with its driver still inside. This happened in a parking lot in Lake Nona.
Makes you go, huh? What happened here?
It was crazy. I wasn't even planning on it. I usually hit the gym like once a day. That day I happened to hit it, wanted to hit it twice. So I'm on my way to Crunch, ready to get a workout at a Lamborghini, just looking for a parking space. And next thing I know, I have a big old truck on top of me. That was kind of crazy. I'm telling you. There's doctors out there in Cuba that don't even own a bike. The first thing I came to my mind, I'm like, my brother has this saying, and I love my brother to death, right? And my brother says, if money and time can fix the issue at the moment, then it's an uncontrollable. So move on to the next thing. And that's exactly what I thought about.
Welcome to another episode of Stroke Success Podcast. It's your boy KB, your favorite podcast. Remember that, guys. Today's guest is someone super interesting. And listen, if you haven't heard about this story, then you're living under a rock. Because I have my friends from around U.S. have been texting me, "Hey, this happened near you." The story was of a gentleman in his beautiful Lamborghini in a parking lot, driving, minding his business. And next thing you know, this individual with a big truck just comes over it. So my wife's like, listen, she sent me your profile. I'm like, babe, should I reach out to him? He goes, yes. I'm like, the guy's probably going to be, busy or maybe a douchebag or something. In complete opposite. Right. Gentleman right away responded, shows me humility. And by the way, when I saw your video, we'll get to that in a second, but you come out, you're like, this is a blessing.
100%.
I'm like, this guy's my type of guy. Ramon Ferrer, welcome to the show, man.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that.
My awesome. Man, you're the buzzword right now.
Crazy.
Overnight.
Crazy how things happen, huh? It's just a living proof how you can take something very negative and make it very positive.
You talked about that.
100%. 100%. It was crazy. I wasn't even planning on it. I usually hit the gym like once a day. That day I happened to wanted to hit it twice. So I'm on my way to Crunch, ready to get a workout at a Lamborghini, just looking for a parking space. And next thing I know, I have a big old truck on top of me. That was kind of crazy, I'm telling you.
Dude, so to unpack. You're driving. I know that I park there all the time. I mean, I live there, I told you. In a split second.
Mm-hmm. It was crazy. So she takes a right turn. And she takes it kind of wide. So if you see a dash cam video happens to be out there, look for it. It's there. But you can literally see me stopping and going back in reverse. And next thing I know, she used me as a speed bump. Truck on top of me. I'm like, what is happening right now? But it was one of those moments. So let me take it back to that moment, right? Let me explain. So this is happening, and I'm over here just inside of the car looking at this big old tires on top of me. And I'm like, I know nothing was going to happen to me. Like, I knew. As a matter, like, I knew. You know what I mean? Like, one of those, gut. 100%, like, I knew. I was like, this is kind of crazy. Let me get out. Because I saw her tires still spinning, right? The thing that stopped her was her axle from her lift on the truck got stuck on my pillar from the windshield. So it was metal to metal. That's why she didn't kept on going, because it was easy. This is a big old truck. This is a 1500 lifted, probably like a 6-inch lift on it. But I'm inside of it. I'm just looking up, and I'm like, I see that tire spinning. My glass is still holding my windshield. It didn't explode in my face, which it could have very easily. No airbag deployed. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. So I'm good. I kind of had something, like I felt something in my head, but whatever. So I get out. I'm like, what is happening? I took a picture of her plate, and I automatically go to her. That's the first thing I do. I'm like, I'm good. Let me go to her. Let me see what happened. Like, she goes, hey, I'm sorry, didn't see you, this and that. But then I say, hey, are you good? And she kind of gave me an attitude. She said, I'm good. But I saw the whole presentation, like her whole aura was out there, and it was like, okay, like, don't talk to me type of vibe. And I'm like, it is what it is, whatever. So I automatically say, thank God. I pull off my phone because I see all these people taking a look at this scene, because this was a crime scene pretty much, I'm telling you. And I'm like, okay, well, let me talk to my audience. Let me let them know what's happening. I'm good. And the first thing I said was that, I said, I'm good. God is great. Look at the card. Look what's happening to me. This is crazy. And I got this big old smile on me. But it's kind of like a reflect on everything that we had to deal with as entrepreneurs. And I think that's what really caught everybody's attention, to be honest with you.
Brother, I think you shared with me you're from Cuba.
Correct.
Born and raised?
Born and raised. Yes, sir.
How old were you when you came to America?
I was 13.
Correct me if I'm wrong. So I'm from South Florida. I live in South Florida 20 years.
Yep.
It's a lot of Cubans.
Correct.
Cuban friends of mine. I learned about the culture.
Yep.
Communism, right? I mean, life is not easy.
Not at all.
Do you think you having that background and being brought up there versus you being an American-born rich kid, rich guy, and that happened to a rich guy who was from America? Like, what the F? This is my Lambo. What's wrong with you? F you. Oh my God, look at me. Poor me, poor me. But no, two different type of reactions. What do you think?
I mean, as it is coming from where I come from, thinking about having a bike was a dream. A bike, right? There's doctors out there in Cuba that don't even own a bike. You understand that? A doctor, right? And as a kid, I always thought about a Lambo, and I'm over here dreaming, living the dream, doing my thing, working extremely hard, and this happens to me. But then the first thing it came to my mind, I'm like, my brother has this saying, and I love my brother to death, right? And my brother says, if money and time can fix the issue at the moment, then it's an uncontrollable. So move on to the next thing. And that's exactly what I thought about. This happens, it's unfortunate, but what am I gonna do? F who for what? Like, there's no point. There's no point for me wasting time. As a matter of fact, my media manager, which happens to be here actually, she said, and she texted me, she says, hey, are you good? I'm just saying, 100%, I'm good. Nothing happened. And she says, okay, I got great ideas for tomorrow. I'm like, I'm ready. And next thing, we were back to work. I got my workout done at 5 a.m, like every other day, and back to the normal routine, because that's what we deal with. Like I said, I mean, I deal with bigger problems as an entrepreneur, and it's the same mentality. I mean, it's kind of crazy how you transition everything back to, if money and time cannot fix it, then just move on.
I love
it's
that.
Non-controllable.
Well, yeah, I love your brother saying,
100%.
what you can't control, why cry about it?
All right.
Bro, let's go back. Your upbringing.
For sure.
Cuba, your mom and dad are there?
No, they're here.
But when you're being born and raised, how's your family? Just describe me your family scene
Let
in Cuba.
me give you that. So, my mother, doctor in Cuba.
Medical doctor.
My mother is a doctor in Cuba. Was a doctor in Cuba. My dad used to run a club, right? Yes, of course, the club happens to be owned by the Communist Party, right? But besides everybody else in my block, which is it's different in Cuba, right? So you got blocks. It's kind of like going back to New York, if you want to kind of picture it, right? So in my block, I happen to have probably one of the nicest house. This is not a crazy house. I'm talking about, at least our roof wasn't out of sync, right? And we have commodities. My father owned a car, which is rare to see, at least back in that time. So, but it was a normal type of life. I had a couple shoes, right? Maybe a couple pants, it was normal. They would go on vacations and stuff like that. Yes. Did my dad make some money compared to other people there? Yes. Did my mom did okay? As a doctor, she was making $20 an hour, so she wasn't, right? But the thing about it is, we had, and pray to him every single day, my uncle, my mother's brother, he came to the United States swimming. So this is the typical, not to United States, because it doesn't happen like that, right? Like, a lot of people think that way, and that's let me kind of just explain it, right? So we're from Santiago de Cuba, which happens to be, right, very close to Guantanamo base, right? So what he did was technically go from a point swimming to Guantanamo base, Guantanamo Bay, and he gets picked up, he gets brought into the military base. He stays there for like 3 months, and then they send him out to United States. Back then, there was a law where if you step on U.S. Soil, you were considered a American, right? For Cubans, right? That went away with Barack Obama, but whatever. But so he was the one that kind of just started that, and he was sending my mom some money. It was kind of like, that's what the Castro regime actually did, believe it or not. They based it on there was a supposed blockage to the country and to the island, and everybody that happens to be out of the island could potentially send money into the island where they got money from. But yet it seems like they were taking care of their families, when in reality, the Communist Party was the first one to actually touch any of that money. So, but going back to my life, so I had a regular life, nothing crazy. I don't know, a typical meal that any Cuban will have will be rice, eggs, and maybe some bananas or something like that.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah,
a plate like this, white rice, beans, and banana.
White rice, beans, and bananas, and eggs.
That's a protein.
Fried eggs.
Oh,
right. I don't know, eating bread. So like a piece of bread with oil and salt, right? So like I wasn't living a large life or anything whatsoever. It was a normal life, a lot better than anybody else, or a lot of people, I would say. Like my neighbors' sink houses, bad, food and hunger and this and that. You can see that every day in Cuba. But coming from there, then technically moving, to 13 years old, my uncle had put a claim for my mother to be able to come here as a family. So we did. And thanks to God, I happened to come here in a plane. It wasn't a boat. Okay? Get that right. It wasn't a boat. I came in a plane. And we started here. Our uncle helped us out. But then my mom got held back 7 months in Cuba because she's a doctor. And doctors are considered to be part of the government. So they could withhold their back however long they want. So they took some money and some stuff because that's how everything works over there. And she was able to come 7 months after.
Pay everyone off.
Correct.
Under the table.
Yeah.
Now you can go.
Just like that. So that's kind of where we started. We come here, of course, from
Orlando, straight Orlando?
No, Miami. We
South
went
Florida.
to Miami for a year. But then my father, my mom, they had jobs. But then, of course, here they kind of had a different opportunity. And like I said, my mom started working at a clinic. My brother started working at McDonald's and something else. My dad at the airport getting paid $7.25 an hour. And then...
What part of Miami were you then, Ramon?
Kendall.
I got my wife from there.
Yeah, exactly.
My wife is born and raised from there.
Yeah.
Wow, Kendall, Florida.
Yeah.
What year was this?
This is 2009.
Oh,
So this is right after the crash.
The real estate crash happened.
Yeah.
Obama's the president. He took it over.
Yeah.
But I remember there was this case that happened years ago. Elian Gonzalez, this boy came from Cuba
Yeah.
during the Clinton time,
Correct.
90s.
Crazy picture. But that's how the communist system works, and I want to explain that a
Yeah,
little bit more,
please.
if you let me. So they kind of take any opportunity they can to make it seem like United States is the devil, and that's how they claim it, and they put it down onto kids. Because I used to say, "Pioneros por el comunismo seremos como Che," which means pioneers for the communists. You will be like Che Guevara. If you don't know who Che Guevara is,
very well.
Che Guevara happens to be a big assassin, big time. Everybody know it. Everybody knows it. And if you don't, do your research on it.
Yeah.
But they used to let us say, we had to say that, right? We had to say that every day, right? Out of school, every day. Things, I mean, I used to say, because I remember you get indoctrinated in a way where you start really thinking it. And as a kid, I used to say, oh, United States, you can't go out. You can go out at night because they will take you and they will kidnap you and this and that or whatever. Like things like that were being said and still said to kids that happen to be 5, 7, 6 years old. So the indoctrination starts from day one, which is crazy how everything works.
That's insane.
100%.
From Miami to Orlando.
Miami to Orlando, then start here, Colonia Center. So from Colonial, right there in East Orlando. I started at the 9th grade center. Whatever. Like, I didn't even know the language at all.
Zero.
Nothing.
No English.
Not at all.
No hablo.
At all.
Just Spanish.
Just Spanish. So, and it kind of went like that. I remember I was good at school. I was actually good. I wasn't bad. I consider myself pretty clever, I think. And my teachers used to love me because I would do the work. Even though I'm kind of like, I got out of hand a little bit. I like the party and this and that or whatever. But
you're a good person.
Yes. Yeah. So I remember I had a teacher. I forgot her name. I wish I could remember, but she used to say, "You're going to do big things."
She told you that?
Yeah, always. I don't know why. She always tell me the same thing. You got to do big things. Watch. I know that. Like, I feel it. And I'm like, I forgot her name. She was Spanish. I forgot her name, though. But she used to say the same thing every single time she see me and talks to me. But anyway, so whatever. So I went to school, did okay. I mean, 3-point-something GPA from high school.
Okay,
diploma with honor classes, whatever. 100%. Started working at Office Depot because of my brother. So this is when my big brother roles comes in. So my brother kind of took all the hits for me, to be honest. So he started the McDonald's job, the little whatever job here, whatever job there, 2 jobs to help out our parents. And then he just laid it out for me. He said, okay, well, I'm on you. He has a cashier, at the cashier, whatever, register. And that's how I actually started. So he was like a higher up or whatever, a little manager. And then I got quick. I like to talk. I like to sell. I like to learn a lot. So I'm a big learner, big listener as well. So I got to the point where I was doing okay. Went to like the technology department. Next thing I know, I'm over here just selling computers and closing computers and selling antiviruses and this and that and whatever. And from there, like, my mindset has always been, why isn't anybody here that happens to work at Office Depot? Why don't they own a nice car? Why do they all ride in this beat up cars? So I go and get my first car ever, which my mom, dad got their taxes back, $5,000. They put it down as a deposit, and I got me an Infiniti G35. That was my first car, 2-door.
Nice,
like,
bro.
Why do I own probably the best car out of every employee here? Like, I don't like this. Something is wrong here, right? And whatever. So I kept on growing. Long story short, I got set up to a different store because I was doing pretty good. The manager didn't want me there. I went and I said, you know what? Let me trade out of my Infiniti G35 and let me go get me a Camaro, because I just wanted to make myself feel better, because I was struggling with this lady. Like, she was crazy. And I go to this dealership, Greenway Dodge, and at the closing table, they say, why don't you work here? I was at the moment going for Valencia College for my AA. And I said, you know what, like, I guess I can, but, like, I got to go to school. They're like, no, we'll work with that. We'll work around it. You good. So I started selling cars. 3 months later, I made $3,000. First time ever. First big old check. I'm like, screw the school. On top of it, at college, just one scenario I'm going to point out, and then we can move on. One scenario that I need to point out for sure. At college, I remember I had this professor, and I had an English class. And as you can see, I'm getting better, but I had an accent. Like, my accent's still there. I mean, it was probably worse back then. But anyways, so I put this essay together, which was the final. So I'm over here taking my time, man. I translated it to Spanish, go back to English, go back again. I'm over here just working it, right? And I give it back to them. And I remember next day or whatever, I happened to go back. He's like, hey, I get my stuff. I get my note. And he's like, I'm going to give you a C on this one.
Yeah.
Because I knew you didn't wrote it yourself. So I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So that was my first red flag on the school system. And I'm like, you know what? I made my first $3,000. Screw this. I might just go all in on this thing. Man, that was a game changer for me.
Boom.
I learned taxes, credit, how to negotiate, how to conversate, how to talk to people, how to get in front of people, how to be confident. I was walking around like I'm telling you, making eight.
How old were you?
I was 19 years old,
19
making
years old.
$10,000 a month, walking like
In
I was
America.
a monster. Yes.
A lot of money.
I guess so. Back then it
And
was.
even,
I'll tell you
even
that.
now, bro.
Even now, 10 grand is 10 grand. I mean, I don't care where you come from.
100%.
100%. Yeah.
Especially a 19-year-old kid. So that was probably God's sign to you. Say, yo, like,
This is not it.
this is it.
Yeah.
But it depends. The good thing is that you took that, brother. You're consciously aware and awoke. You're awake to say, oh. Some people are like, oh, no, you know that I should still go in that direction. You said no. This is me. It's not me.
No. It was one of those moments. I said, all right, let me get. I like this. Let me talk to people.
Cars. And then from cars, where'd you go after that?
Well, cars. I got into finance at 21, so I was making $100,000 plus. I learned from the director at the moment. He taught me how to do real estate, right? I knew some, but he kind of just showed me, and I started buying houses. I did flips. I held a couple. The flips on some, and kept on going. Next thing I knew, I'm 25. This is COVID, right? Making $300,000 a year. I'm over here asking for more and getting a higher promotion. And the same person that was teaching me how to do real estate, or that taught me a little bit how to do real estate, he said, you got to probably wait until I retire for you to get a higher position in here. I'm
Insurance company?
No, I'm talking about the same dealership.
The car dealership.
Same dealership. So I wanted something like a higher up position. And he says,
From sales to
sales. So I went from sales to finance manager, F&I.
F&I.
And then technically I wanted a director position, right? Or something higher.
F&I it's a desk job.
Correct.
Sales job in cars, you walk around, sell home, and once you're good with that, they move you to F&I.
Correct.
You're the last person I talk to before I go off, right?
Exactly.
Got it.
So I'm over here closing all the deals, dealing with all this cash deals.
Working a lot of hours.
Bunch of hours. So that was another thing. So since I wanted to do so good and I wanted to be better, I was 100% focused on just working. Like all my friends will go out on the weekend. I can't. Gotta go to work. Christmas, New Year's, all of that. Gotta go to work.
No holidays.
At all. This is working me, 10, 12 hours, right? Going back to back, closing deals, going crazy over deals, missing bonus structures just because managers playing with money. This and the put together game. It kind of got crazy. But once again, I was in the middle of it, and I was 24, 25, just walking around, running around, like making $20,000, $30,000 a month. And I got exposed to a lot of things, and a lot of friends of mine that admired who I was becoming, because I just wanted to learn, And I'll talk to everybody or whatever the case. But I remember saying, hey, listen, I want to get hired. Like, I'm trying to do better. I'm coming from a communist country. Like, I'm trying to do better. Let's go. What's the next step?
I'm hungry. Let's go.
Yeah, what's up? And he's like, well, you got to wait for me to retire. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me, dog.
I'm waiting for you.
You got to be kidding me. So my mindset went to, like, I was making 20, 30 grand to saying, hey, listen, this is not it for me. Like, we had conversations between managers, and they were like, oh, we're making good money. I'm saving this much and this and that. I'm like, this is not it for me. This is not it. I'll say it to them. And they'll be like, this guy's crazy.
They get offended.
He don't know what he's talking about.
They think you're delusional.
Yeah.
They think you're nuts.
100%.
You're not grateful.
No, not at all. Not at all. They're like, man, what is he talking about? I'm like, I don't think you guys know what's in my mind. So I started looking for options on businesses. So I started pushing my wife. So my wife is a RBT at the moment. She's a registered behavioral tech, working with kids with autism. So she's working, doing her thing, and I'm just pushing it, right? Because I try to do better, but I like to empower everybody that happens to be around me.
You. I love that.
So like, I want more from her, okay? And in a conversation, pretty weird conversation that me and my wife had, she said, I don't want you to look down on me or make me feel like I'm below you. I'm like, that's not it. I just want you to do more because you got it. So she went and kind of got in a conversation, and she said, hey, I would like to open a ABA practice, applied behavior analysis. And she talked to someone, And that lady said, you know what? You don't have to do it with me. I'll do it for you guys. Like, I'll get everything ready for you guys so you guys can potentially get it done. And we're like, cool, excellent. I was making good money. I wanted her to make good money. So my mindset went into, hey, here's the business opportunity. In the meantime, we looked at some businesses, but that was it. Like, that was spark. I'm like, God, like, we can really do this, right? So I paid like X amount of dollars to do whatever. And long story short, we get everything ready. We go and hire, and we do this application, and we get it. We're like, we really own a behavioral service business. We're in the mental health. So I went into like a 6-month cycle of working full-time dealership, full-time Happy Kiddos Behavioral Services. That's the company's name. And crazy enough, I was doing the hiring. My wife barely speaks any English. My wife is extremely Cuban, and love her to death, of course, but extremely Cuban. So I will help her out on a lot of stuff. So I will bring in my finance stuff into it, structuring, organizing, hiring, this and that or whatever. And next thing I know, I say, you know what? Let me live this $250,000 job, and I'm gonna go all in on this one. So I heard a lot about you had to have 7 streams of income to be a multi-millionaire. But then I come to find out you really just need the one. You need the one. So I did that. I put all the eggs on that basket, all of it. So I went and did a flip, got like $100,000 or whatever the case, put it all in. I went to zero, I overdraft, I went back in again. I made some money, back in again, more money, back in again. Next thing I know, 4 months later, I'm over here owning my first clinic. Just like that. And it happened.
All the chips on the board.
All of it. Poker game. Poker face, 100%. Just, this is it. This has to work. Yes. Like, it has to work. What do you mean? Like, it has to work. That's the one.
There's a social media reel out there. The guy goes, the girl goes, what are you going to do when this doesn't work out? He goes, that doesn't go in my consciousness.
Yeah,
exactly. I love that.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to send it to you, bro. I love that. I guess so, like, excited.
You get inspired.
What year was this?
This is 2023.
Recent.
100%. It's been
2023, you go into that.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. You and your wife.
Yeah.
Where you guys living?
We're living in Lake Nono, Bainbridge.
Okay.
This is a 1-bedroom apartment that we had. That's how we started. Wow. And from there, we went from there to a 2-bedroom apartment. Then we bought our first house. In Laurel Park. First house. And then from there, that's where the whole business started.
Took it off.
Uh-huh.
Well, our business timeline is very similar. We, my wife, got into the medical spa in 2023. Mm-hmm. We built our first office in 2024 open. Yeah. In Lake Nona. And our second office opened 6-8 months ago. So same time, 2 couples here, back to back. We live very so close by. So interesting. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wow, man. Oh, okay. So I'm going to get into some of your mindset stuff.
Sure.
I'm a big believer of manifestation.
100%.
And I believe in God. I'm a Muslim by my faith. Yeah. But like I was telling you earlier, like I believe in God. I have Christian, Catholic, Jewish, Hindu. I have friends from all religions, all faiths, and I love it. I like to learn. I like faith. I like spirituality. But I came across manifestation years ago. What you think about, what you visualize about, what you write about, what you speak about, with working, God, universe, source, whatever you want to call it, will come and meet you halfway. Mm-hmm. Are you familiar with the manifestation?
100%. I do it every day. Every day.
Unpack that. What do you do every day?
I feel like the dreams a lot of people have, they don't get to realize, but that's them in the future. If they actually move forward, the reason why you're seeing what you're seeing in your head, I believe that that's going to be you one day. Because you already have that in the future. You just don't know it yet. So I just put my mind into, I know what I want, and I'm going to work extremely hard for it. So let's just go back to work. I want to work. I want to keep on going. And eventually, you materialize it. That's how everything works for me. Happens to be like that. It's crazy. Because I'm extremely disciplined. I work extremely hard. I'm very consistent with everything I do. Because I just want to be better. That's my whole mindset. So if I see it, you believe it, I'll get it.
If you can see it here, mm-hmm. and if you can hold it in your hands, you can eventually have it.
It's like the Lambo. You know how many times I saw that car before I had it? Like, I never drove it. I never drove a Lambo before I got my first Lambo, but I saw it a bunch of times. There's a road that goes back to Laurier Park. You know where Laurier Boulevard happens to be? You know that road out back that goes into the country club?
Mm-hmm.
That road in particular, I would drive that road every day thinking I'm already driving the Lamborghini. And moving forward, I get the Lamborghini. Not only do I get the Lamborghini, but I had a picture of a black matte Lamborghini with green calipers in my phone saved for more than a year. And I would look at it every single day. And I had a black matte Lamborghini with green calipers and a beautiful spoiler that I happened to add to it. But that's how everything works. That's the part. We are energy, and I think that's what we attract. And thanks to the Almighty, and I just put everything on Him. He took it away from me, but there's a reason why He did what He did. So I'm here for a lot more because nothing happened to me. So the Lambo is just a milestone. What's next?
The Lambo is a material.
Correct.
Like this.
It's the crazy thing. A week before that, me and my media manager, we were talking about it, and we said, it's crazy how, because when I first posted the Lambo, I do social media. If you guys don't know, One Real Ramon all over social media platforms, but my Lambo, I posted it, and I got nothing but like kids, people that wanted to own a Lambo. But that wasn't my avatar. Because what I did was I did really good in business because I paid attention to a lot of things. I studied a lot of things. I invested a lot into my knowledge and how to do things and how to grow a business. A lot of mentors, a lot of money being invested right here. And I said, okay, let me put up a program because I want to give the guidance to Hispanics business owners that don't know how to get their business up to these numbers. So I started doing mentorship. Right? So, like I said, Hispanic leaders out there wanted to grow their business and take it to the next level. So my audience, I wanted to attract that type of audience, people that own businesses like yourself, right? And when I posted the Lambo, I got nothing nothing at all. It was a bunch of kids trying to have the Lambo, which is cool. My plate on the Lambo says, I give faith in Spanish. It says, doy fe in Spanish, which is faith, right? And interesting enough, I posted it, I did that, but I wasn't getting what I wanted. And I was talking to her, and it goes back to, this is something material that doesn't really, it's a milestone for me. It made me feel great. Every time I wrote it and I drove it, it was great, but this is not it. Because the people that I want to attract can buy the same Lambo 7 different times if they wanted to. So let me talk to some knowledge. Let me give some people how to get this thing done for real. So that's what I started doing. And boom, the Lambo goes away next week. Just like that. Just to teach me, right? You said it, you better show it. And that's exactly what I did without even noticing it, which is crazy. That Lambo was all over the world. It's crazy.
Wow.
Because that's just literally like you can ask her. Like, that's what I do. Like, there's nothing stopping me. That's that. I want to get it, the mindset that I really love about myself, but I've worked on it for years, man. Years,
man.
Because, I mean, overreacting to stuff, that was me. I was me back then. I'll tell you that. That was me. But now it's kind of like, it is what it is. Next. What's next? Back to work, man. So I'm here, and I'm glad that you gave me this opportunity. It's
Absolutely.
Great. It's awesome,
Thank you for coming on, my friend.
For
What
sure.
a story. Where can we find you?
So, One Real Ramon, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. If you go to YouTube, I'm actually starting that as well, putting out some content, creating a $5 million blueprint that I'm giving out for free for people that don't know how to get to those numbers, whether if they happen to be a founder, which happens to be somebody that makes between $300,000 to $1 million. They don't know how to delegate. They own every single responsibility. They kind of drown in that space. You know what I'm talking about. But then as soon as they learn how to delegate, how to do some marketing, how to implement some services, they potentially go to the next level, which happens to be an operator from $1 million to $3 million. At that point, you do have a team, but yet you still don't know how to retain the team that you've created or clients. And then if you know how to do that, then you go up to the next thing, which happens to be a visionary, somebody that makes $3 million and more. And of course, at that point, you just want more, but you don't know the process and structures you need on your foundation to acquire more stuff within the business. So I'm over here just putting everything together. I'm giving it out for free. So if you guys are looking for something like that,
Is that available right now?
it's actually working on it. We will be live probably within a week.
Wow.
I'm actually expecting my son now. So
Congratulations, my friend.
correct. So May 8th, my son will be
First child?
second.
Second. What's the first one?
My daughter Mia,
How old is she?
she's about to be 2 years
Oh,
old.
mashallah.
She loved the Lambo too.
Oh.
She loved it. She loved it.
It's okay. Daddy's got much more coming.
I know.
Daddy's got much more coming.
She will say, "Daddy, broom broom." She will go the broom broom. Yeah, yeah. She loved
Two
it.
kids, man. Married,
Married.
businesses, good looking kid,
Yeah.
good looking guy, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
You're humble.
I try to be.
Dude, if I was you at 30, bro, I was such a mess, man. I'm 44.
Yeah.
So at your age, if I had the success you had,
Yeah.
bro, I would have been like, F you, F this, I would have been all over the place.
crazy.
But you, God has given you great lessons at a young age.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you right now, bro, I have 14 years on top of you.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You have what I have now, this calm, cool, calm, collective attitude
Yeah.
and wisdom. You're way ahead of the game. Stay on this road. Because the sky's not the limit for you.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Appreciate that.
I'm we're gonna do another part 2
Mhm.
and dive more into your next venture.
For sure.
But I can't wait to see what you're gonna do. I'm following you, you're my friend.
Yeah.
Thank you for jumping on here, my friend.
No problem, man. Thanks.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Awesome.